Good day folks, welcome back to Life of Us, and in today's segment we have another custom D&D um, character build for the Dungeons and Dragons Adventure board gaming series, and we've got a very special custom build. This is a build which actually makes use of two characters in a single hero character build. That is the Elven Dragonblades. You can see by the artwork up on the screen in front of you, there's uh, two female characters, and I'll hop on to the next slide so you can see which figures and minis are used for them. So the Elven Dragonblades use the following minis. These are Elven Rogues from the Nolz's Marvelous Mini Collection. That's two in a pack, and I've used both of them to represent the Dragonblades. And for the character builds, they also use what is called Dragon Dice, and in the top left hand corner over here, Dragon dice are actually just ninja dice. So if any of you have seen or played the ninja dice game, um, it's a very fun, simple little family game, and you can pick it up for quite relatively cheap. And if you have that game, you can use the black dice from that game to represent the dragon dice for this build. And if you do not have that game, any six-sided dice will work. You can just use the numbers to represent any of the sides, for instance. But I'd recommend going for a more thematic approach and using the actual ninja dice if you can. Minis, any Elven Rogue minis that you've got, two female Elven Rogue minis, or Rogue minis if you like. I use the Nolz's Marvelous Minis Mini Rogues. I think they represent my characters quite well. And let's hop in and have a look at the actual build. Okay, I'd like to introduce you to Vishara and Adira. Vishara is the Yang and Adira is the Yin of our build, so they play off of each other in a good way. Let's read their flavor text. Born under a red sun and worlds apart, Adira and Vishara share a connection that runs deeper than blood. Chosen by the Tajimura as the embodiment of Yin and Yang, they sought each other out and formed a unique bond, earning them the title of the Dragonblades. So the Tajimura, we saw them, or had mention of them in a previous build I did, which was for the Human Monk. And I've got another build, which is the Human Monk Duelist, also from the Tajimura Monastery. Tajimura Monastery does feature in the campaign that I'm busy building as well. In terms of stats, we've got an AC of 15, HP of 8, speed of 7, and a surge value of 4. Fairly okay stats, good high speed over there, standard HP and standard AC. The base ability is called Double Dragons. Choose Adira or Bishara and roll one dragon die at the start of your hero phase. Then, depending on what you roll, based on the dragon dice that you see on the right hand side of the screen, if you rolled a lock, then your chosen dragon blade is locked for 2 turns, meaning you cannot change it at the start of your next turn. You can't switch between the two. If you roll a single, which is the single, you'll see on the top over here, there's a double, but if you roll this, there's also a single version of that, which is the single little figurine over there, or outline of a person. If you roll the single, you may choose a new dragon blade at the end of your turn. If you roll the double, you get to play both dragon blades this turn, which is really cool. And if you rolled a Onutaki, so the Onutaki is this one. Let me get a different color. This is the Onutaki over here. There we go. Can't really see it in blue. It's a really bad color. Let's go with yellow. That's the Onutaki over there. And there it is again. If you roll the Onutaki, then it's not a good thing, but you'd have to spawn an additional monster during your exploration phase. Okay, there's a special note which says you lose the adventure if either Vishara or Adira is killed and there are 0 healing surges remaining. So you have to keep both your Yin and Yang characters alive. They have different power cards. So Vishara uses Swift Crane, Stealthy Dragon, and Life Bond. And then you get to choose one daily and 2 utilities, whereas Adira uses the Spitting Snake, Leaping Tiger, and Blood Bond. And again, choose a daily and 2 utilities. So we'll have a look at all of the cards in a second, but these are the 2 Elven Dragonblades, and they play quite well together. Okay, they only have leveling up to the 2nd level, because they're quite powerful characters that work together. I didn't include the level 3 and level 4. Might include it at a later stage, but for now they only go up to level 2, both characters. Okay, so we're looking at Adira's Atwalls first. Her first Atwall is called Spitting Snake, and that is an adjacent attack. It does a poison on a +7, and after the attack you can move Adira 1 tile in any direction, so it poisons monsters, hence the term Spitting Snake. His second Atwall is called Leaping Tiger. Choose a monster within 1 tile, move Adira adjacent to the monster and attack it, +6 doing 1 damage, so she's definitely more the fighting type. Viper, deadly poisonous attacks, that seems to be her style of play. Let's have a look at Vishara's Atwall. So Vishara, first Atwall is called Stealthy Dragon, so she likes to attack from the shadows, as it says. Adira is more daring. I prefer attacking from the shadows if I can. Attack 1 monster within 1 tile, +6 doing 1 damage. Then she's got a Swift Crane. Attack 1 adjacent monster, then move Vishara 1 tile in any direction. Okay, so she likes to attack. Very stealthy, very different, and different in the way they play as well. Let's have a look at Adira's daily powers. So first daily is called Venomous Snake, similar to a Spitting Snake, but this one, attack 1 adjacent monster. You get a +2 to the attack if Vishara is on your tile. So if you rolled a double and you had both Dragon Blades in play, this would give a +2 on your tile to the attack if Vishara is on your tile, and on a hit the monster is poisoned. It does 3 damage, is a +9, miss 1 damage. So it's miss 1 damage and poison. Really, miss 1 damage or poison on a hit. Really cool. So the monster isn't already destroyed. Then she's got Tiger Claws. Attack up to 3 monsters on your tile, +2 to attack if Vishara is on your tile. Then move Adira 1 tile in any direction. So that's kind of the flair for this, for the way these characters work. If they are together, they tend to be more powerful in terms of the attack, and they do play off quite well on different tactics between the two. Very different in the way they play as well. Adira is more of the upfront fighter, whereas Vishara tends to attack more from the shadows and from stealth. Okay, let's move. So Vishara's daily powers, the first one is called Flowing Crane, and that's attack 1 adjacent monster. This attack deals +1 damage if Adira is on your tile. It's +10, doing 3 damage. We've got Striking Dragon. Attack up to 3 monsters within 2 tiles, +2 to the attack if Adira is on your tile. So those, you can see how the daily cards complement each other, daily powers. Then moving on to the utility powers. So Adira's utility powers starts off with Blood Bond. Gain 1 poison token on Adira to give Vishara +1 HP. So she can take poison, or take a poison token or a poison counter and give her HP over to Vishara. Then we've got Switching Yang. Use at any time during the hero phase, swap Adira with Vishara. This bypasses the lock on a dragon die. So if the dragon die is locked out and you're only playing with a single character for 2 turns, you can actually use a Switching Yang to switch between characters, which is very useful, and knowing when to play it will also be very useful. You've got a Balance of Yin. Balance of Yin says place 2 HP tokens on Balance of Yin used during your hero phase. Remove an HP token to end any one condition on either Adira or Vishara. Flip over once all HP tokens are removed. So that's just condition control. Then we've got Unlocked Yin. Unlocked Yin says use when rolling a dragon die. Change your dragon die to the double dragon face. Then place 1 additional monster during the exploration phase. So in other words, you can bring both Adira and Vishara into combat at the same time, but you do spawn an additional monster. You've got Power of Yin. Place 2 HP tokens of Power of Yin. Use when rolling a dragon die. Change the die face to any side except the dragon die's double dragon side. Flip over once all HP tokens are removed. So that's again really useful if you rolled on a 2 key and you need to change that quickly because you don't want to spawn additional monsters. Okay, let's have a look at Vishara's utility powers. The first one is called Life Bond. Life Bond says take 1 damage on Vishara to end any one condition on Adira. Balance of Yang says place 2 HP tokens of Balance of Yang used during your hero phase. Remove an HP token to gain +2 HP on either Adira or Vishara. Flip over once all tokens are removed. So that's way of restoring HP. Unlock Yang says, similar to the Unlock Yin, when you roll double dragon die, um, use when you roll double dragon face on a dragon die, each dragon blade gains +1 extra attack this turn. So if you roll the double dragon face on the dragon die, you get an extra attack, which is definitely welcome. The next one is called Power of Yang. Place 2 HP tokens of Power of Yang and use it during exploration phase. Remove an HP token. Any monsters placed this turn are stunned. Flip over once all HP tokens are removed. And that basically sums up our Elven Dragonblades class. Thought it to an interesting character. Based off the Double Dragon, I don't know if you could recall the Double Dragon game or TV series that was quite popular at the time. In this case, our Double Dragons are female elf rogues and they work quite well together. And I'd like to see how it plays off and give it a spin. Let me know, sign up in the comments on my blog as always, and we'll chat again soon. Goodbye.